Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay, hello. 3. Hello. Queen. Hello, Secret Life of Kiki. How are you guys doing? Have you guys eaten? I'm gonna do my English homework while listening. Okay, can. For draft two, that's a lot to do. Remember to work on the areas that need improvement, right? What's the next lesson? Set one math. You all can hear me, right? That's great. Hi, Sam. Don't look at the countdown. We will begin in 5 minutes, not 3 minutes, because I accidentally put the countdown too early just now. Hello. How are you doing? So, of you who don't have any homework to do, you can download the worksheet, okay, from our account. Then you can attempt while waiting. Yes, no school tomorrow. Yes, it's a PH tomorrow. Looking forward, right? Any plans tomorrow? What are you guys gonna do? You always do the homework before weekend. That's great. Yeah, so you don't procrastinate, right? So you don't have anything to do. You can enjoy the weekend. You can fully enjoy the weekend. Hi, Justin. Hi, hello, PHNG Pong. Yancer, Justin. Maybe pack my room because I love packing my room. What? What do you mean by pack your room? I'm not too sure yet. So, Sam, I'm not too sure yet. So you just wait for them to let you know. You're our current student, right? Sam, I got early tuition. Corinne. Hello, Justin. Do I call you Justin? What's your name? This is my first time in English. I did watch the rest of the lives. Okay. You mean this week? Yes, Justin. Okay. Yes. So we have English weekly. This week is P5 English. Next week is P6 English and P6 CW. Oh, Kiki. Yeah, that's good. Get rid. Don't hoard too much stuff in your room, right? Having too much stuff is like kind of stressful as well. Yes, actually, I'm a parent. My boy is having lesson right now, so I just checking. Oh, okay. Maybe you can just reach out to the center managers. Yeah. Or I think maybe they will let you know soon on anything like updates. I'm on every live. Do you remember me? Your name sounds very familiar. You're welcome. Hi, Eden. Hello. So 3 days, long weekend for you. What are you guys gonna do? No wonder you changed your display name. What was your name? IWL. What was your former name? Ah, Evangeline. Yes, I think I'm familiar with that name. Ah, Evangeline. Yes. Yes, you're supposed to have tuition tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow is PH, so no tuition. Justin, I actually have English tuition. What do you mean? Right now? That soon, in a minute. Have you downloaded your worksheets so that you can write down and annotate? You can annotate and do corrections, I mean. Yes, Eden. Okay, perfect. I can only start at 5 p.m. sharp, not any sooner. Okay, just hang on tight. Okay, 5 p.m. already. Can come. Okay, so before we begin, as usual, we have weekly online classes. All right, so as the name suggests, it's online, conducted online. All right, so from the same teachers teaching you on live, TikTok live. So you can join us for a free trial. Okay, we have primary 5 and 6 English, math, science, and creative writing. Creative writing is only primary 6. Okay, and then sec 1 and 2 math. Hello, guys, those who just came in. Okay, oh, I need to close this one. Okay, so let's begin. Hi, what's up? Okay, so you can answer the first question. We usually have 4 components to go through, okay? So you can answer the first question. Emily, oh, so I'm teacher Arina, okay? As you guys, some of you guys know, every other week you see my face, okay? Teaching you P5 English. Emily blank English textbook I borrowed last week is my best friend. So what is your answer? Yes, Kiki, what do you have to tell me? Why is nobody answering the question? 2. Okay, Elsie says 2. Justin says 2. Today I got my English practice with pen. I got 67 out of 85. So are you happy with it? That's what's most important. Okay. IDK. Why IDK? Is that an improvement from your previous? That is what is most important. As long as you have improved, that is great. You can just keep on going. Okay. Okay, the answer is actually number 4. For those of you who are right, who got it correct, good job. Okay, so the answer is whose. Okay, when you're talking about maybe, okay, when you're talking about something, okay, a possession, right, belongs to Emily. Okay, it belongs to, you're talking about possession. Okay, water bottle. Whose water bottle, right? So the answer is whose. All right. So when do you use who to refer to people? Okay, and that subject. Which for things. Okay, whom for people also, but referring to object. as an object, him, her. Okay, that's when you use whom. Okay, and then whose, okay, to show possession. All right, clear? So we're talking about Emily's textbook. So therefore, the answer is not which, okay? Emily, which English textbook? No, you're talking about Emily's textbook. The answer is number 4. Okay, ready to answer question 2? What's the answer, guys? Neither John nor his cousins blank the school trip next week. So this one, mixture of answers. 3, 2, 1. Ah, why not you answer? Okay, since there are only 15 of you right here, why not you take it slow, you answer, then you give me the keywords. Yes, why is it is? Why is it was? Why is it were? Justin says proximity. They no Kahoot. As in, I don't think there's Kahoot later. But now, for this session, no Kahoot. Okay, so let's take it part by part. Okay, neither John nor his cousins. When you have neither nor, you look at the second subject. Okay, so what is this? This is his cousins. Singular or plural, guys? Cousins with an S means it will be singular or plural. Yes, Sam P for plural. Okay, let's put it down. Put it down. Yes, correct. Noun in front is plural. Very good. Why is that? So, school trip next week. Next week means present or past tense? Present or past tense? Eden says present. Present. Okay, good. Next week hasn't happened yet, therefore present, right? So you have plural and present. So let's do the cancellation method first. I cannot have is. I cannot have was. So it's either are attending or were attending. Cannot be were because this is past. So therefore, the answer is number 2. Good job to those who got it right. Okay, so for English, I always tell you, all right, for grammar MCQ, you need to highlight keywords. Then you answer, okay? Take it slow. Those of you who got your, as in who did your diagnostic test, right, last week, I always tell, your teachers always tell you to highlight keywords, okay? Take your time, don't rush. Yay, good job. Why everybody yay, yay, yay? Okay, come number 3, what's your answer? Let me know if you cannot see, okay? I'm moving up so that thing might be covered. 2, 3, 3. The students will not be able to submit their assignments blank, they collaborate. 3. Why 3? It introduces a what? Why unless? You're right, the answer is unless, number 3. Okay, this is the condition, right? Okay, if you have unless means you have a condition here. They must do this, work together, collaborate. Okay, otherwise this will be the negative outcome. They will not be able to submit their assignment. So this is a negative outcome. If condition not met. Okay, so that's when you use how you like the life. Can tap, 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 tap. Okay, so this is what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. Unless means except if. Okay, so this is what's going to happen if this condition is not met. Can? Okay, so if What does number one mean? Which number one? If also introduces a condition. Okay, if it rains, we will not go to the playground. Okay, S for reason. Okay, S and because, both for reason. Okay, and you have because here for reason. Okay, so you know how to use them, right? Oh, I also don't know. I'm not very familiar with TikTok, but it just means you're number one, I guess. Are you a top fan? I don't know. Maybe somebody can help answer you. Secret Life of Kiki. That means you're the best viewer. Wow. Most like or most comments. Yeah. See, friends are telling you why you are number one. Okay, everyone okay with this question? Let's move on. Number 4, guys. What's your answer? Okay, yeah? Good. Thanks. 1. WL says 1. Sam says 1. Yen says 1. Eden says 2. My God. Father will allow my brother and I to go to the amusement park after we finish our chores. Are you sure it's number 1, guys? Hi, Asher. Sorry you are late. It's okay. The answer is number 2, okay? 2. Just do the cancellation method. Can everyone studies? Studies. Okay, very, very important. Yes. Okay, this is very important. Okay, maybe some of you find it as a trick question, right? So, cancellation method. Father will allow me to go, not I to go. Okay? Understand? Just do the cancellation method. Anyway, further explanation. Father is the subject, which means doer, doing the action, and this is object, receiver of an action. You are receiving the action, so it has to be object pronoun. Me, not I. I is subject pronoun. Can or not? Why is that? Why you huh? Why you huh? Are you clear or not? It's important for you guys to be clear, okay? Very, very important. Okay? Just do the cancellation method and you will get it. Because you will not say father will allow I. You will say father will allow me. Yana? So you need to know subject and object pronouns. Alright? Subject for the person doing the action. Object receiving the action. Okay? Number 5, guys. What is the answer? Six get this question wrong. Oh, this shall be the last time you get this question wrong. Why is that? Cannot. Okay, cannot. 1. All of you say 1. Okay, he dashed out of the building as soon as he heard the fire alarm ring. What kind of question is this? What is this pattern here? Another question for you to start. Okay. Almost need to go for math. What do you mean you almost? Means you need, but actually you don't need, or what? Okay, so what is this pattern here, guys? Answer my question. Why is it ring, which is in base form? Why is it base form, ring? Why is it not rang? Because this one is heard, right? Why is it not in the past tense? Why is it in the present tense? Because as soon as, no. This is called the, anyone? This is called the verb, noun, verb construction. Okay? Verb. You know what is a verb, right? Action. Okay, so verb, noun, verb. Second verb is in base form. Can you remember? Things like saw her cry. Okay, also same thing. Example, another example. Saw her cry. See, verb, noun, verb. Can? And this verb here is in base form. Can? Now, okay, let's move on to question 6. Yeah, I'm a little bit lagging behind, so let's move on. Number 6. Alice enjoys all kinds of sports, blank swimming, therefore she refuses to participate in swimming competitions or refuses to participate in any uh, swimming sessions. So what would it be? What is your answer? B says 1, Daniel says 1, Eden says 1. Okay, everyone says 1. Yes, except for. So she loves everything except for swimming. Swimming she doesn't like. Okay, but everything else she likes. Therefore, everything related to swimming, no, she's not going to join. Okay? Yes, she doesn't like it. Good job. Okay? Except for. All right, so 7. The choir members blank their songs for the upcoming concert since early this morning. What's the answer? Before? Four? 4? Okay, good job. The answer is indeed number 4. Choir members, plural. Okay, and you have the word since. Very important. Means they have been doing this, okay, in the past and continued to the present. Okay, in the past, since early this morning. Okay, action continued in the action happened in the past, continued to the present. Action happening in the past, continued to the present. You want to use present perfect aspect. Okay, so over here present perfect continuous lah. Okay. Yes. Answer number 4, since it's plural also. Okay. Number 8, what's the answer? Has anyone blank in the Pacific Ocean before? The teacher asked the students. What's the answer? Huh. You sure it's number 2? Allow me to say number 2. So you have has here. Has is followed by the past participle. Okay, what is the past participle of swim? Okay, so you have eat, ate, eaten. So this one is another one. Swim, swam, what? Swim, swam, and the answer is number 3, swam. Okay, has anyone swum? Okay, past participle. Okay, simple, this one. But obviously, you know that the past participle is swum. Then you can get correct, right? Number 9, what's the answer? Scroll up, Ken. Number 9, as I came down blank a fever last night, I could not attend the family gathering. By, on, with, upon. So you would say come down what? A fever. You come down with a fever. Okay, come down with something. So basically the answer is number 3. Okay, good. All right, last question for grammar MCQ. The habit of switching off lights when leaving a room blank encouraged to conserve energy. When I tell my boss I on fever, my boss says, "You are not primary 5, Sam? You are not a primary 5 student." What is the answer for number 10? Number Vanish says 1. 1. Very good. Why is it 1, guys? Habit, singular. Okay? Singular activity. Therefore, the answer is number 1. Is encouraged. Sounds like habit, singular activity. Okay? Not the lights part. They want to trick you. Okay, this one not plural. It's a singular activity of the habit itself. Okay, so is encouraged. Okay, present. Present. Both was, were, cannot. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's do our. So how many points did you guys get out of 10? I haven't do my work, WL. Then you got to do your work, right? It's encouraged. It's passive voice. Sam. 10 out of 10. Very good. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The further it is from. Hmm? What's that? Why is that? Okay, let's move on to vocab. Okay, can you read the first question and answer? Or later got science tuition, so you got homework, is it? Okay. Despite failing several times, she remains what about achieving her dream? She remains optimistic. Okay, optimistic means she's positive. Okay, about achieving her dream. So usually, right, what they are trying to imply here, right, is that if you fail so many times, you will be very sad about it, okay, negative about it. But over here, they are saying that she is still optimistic. Okay, so optimistic means hopeful and confident. My name is Arina. Okay, optimistic means hopeful and confident. Okay, just say hopeful in this context. Okay, faithful means loyal. Patient means able to wait calmly. Okay, a person who is patient does not get angry if they have to wait for a long time. Okay, so and then we have courageous. What is courageous? It would be brave. Okay, the options are pretty simple, right? So I'm just going to give you some examples of faithful. She remained faithful to her best friend through thick and thin. Patient. You need to be patient while learning a new skill. And the last one, courageous. The courageous firefighter rescued the family from the burning house. Okay. Okay, second question. What is your answer? Number 12. Two, the neighbors managed to resolve their dispute and decided to be friends again. Yes, you're right. They resolve something. Resolve a dispute, which means to settle. Okay, whatever unhappiness they have between each other. Then the answer is number two. Solve means to solve a puzzle or manage to find the answer to a question or a problem. Okay, to find the answer, okay, to a problem. Resolve means to settle or find a solution. Okay, absolve means to declare someone free from guilt. Write it down, those of you who have the worksheet. Okay, and dissolve is to melt or break apart. Okay, can all right, so solve the problem. All right, I tried to solve the math equation but made a mistake. Absolve, the priest, okay. And then we have dissolve, the sugar quickly dissolved in the hot tea. Okay, so next one, number 13, what is it? Let me check the layout of this. One. It is important to wear protective gear for your own what when skateboarding. So it will be Yes, one. Okay, the answer is one. Safety, for your own safety. Okay, do this for your own safety. All right. So, what is the meaning of safety? Protected from danger or harm. Health. Okay, the state of. Okay, this one I don't have to write, right? You know what health means. Okay, defense. Okay, action of protecting, attack or danger. Okay, that's good, Eden. Precaution is action taken to prevent something bad from happening. Action taken, WL, okay, not spam. I need to see other people's comments. Yes, correct. Taken to prevent something bad from happening. Yes, WL. Okay, eating vegetables is good for your health. Okay, the players formed a strong defense around their goal. She carried an umbrella as a precaution against rain. Can you all see my handwriting? Let me know if it's not clear. Okay, move on to the next question. Strong winds did not let blank throughout the night, causing damage to buildings. Oh, thanks. Teacher Jody is still at it with facts. Okay, some of you say one, some of you say two, some of you mix answers, and then B says four. Okay, so the answer is actually number one, let up. Okay, number one, let up. All right, so let up means to become less strong or intense. Of course, I know teacher Jody. Okay, become less strong or intense. Okay, become less strong or intense. Okay, let off. So over here, okay, it was still very, very strong. Okay, wait, there's something on my screen. Okay, let off. What is let off? To allow someone to go free without punishment. Okay, allow someone to go free without punishment. Let out means to release. Let down means to disappoint someone. Okay, can see? Okay. Yeah, you guys paying attention not? Okay, so let off means the teacher let off the student without a warning. Okay, let out, he let out a sigh of relief. And then let down, I didn't want to let my team down by giving up. Okay, question 15, what's your answer? Or, okay, after blank sewing the torn fabric back together, Sarah finally completed her dress. The answer is for. Yes, the answer is for, which means done with great care and attention. Okay, so the answer is for, done with great care and attention. Okay, good. All of you answered the same answer. Okay, easily means without difficulty. Effortlessly means requiring little or no effort. Okay, effortless, right? And then you have consciously means being aware about what one is doing. Okay. All right. So sentence examples. Okay. Effortlessly, he played the piano effortlessly. Consciously, she consciously avoided sugar for her diet. Okay. Okay. What are you guys up to in the chat? Hmm? Yes. So most of you answered four, which is great. Correct. Job. Good job. Okay, so we're going to go for a 5-minute break. Okay, so do come back at 5:34. 5:34, okay, to resume. Does anyone need to write this down, or else I'm going to flash the next page for those who are here to try and answer? Nobody is writing this down, then I'll go to the next page. Okay. Can I go and take a break? Go to the toilet or get a glass of water. And come back at 5:34. I joined late. Okay. Now? Now? Yeah, the break is now. 5:34. 5:34. Okay. In the meantime, you can try out these questions on the screen. Check the screen. Again, I'll repeat. Okay, we have online classes and you can register now for a free trial. Okay, these are the questions that I'll be going through. No Kahoot. Let me check if there's Kahoot later. Yes, there's Kahoot later for Set 1 Math. So you can try. You can try Set 1 Math. Just got excited for 2 seconds. Hey, you can still try, right? For Sec 1, who knows? Who knows if you try, then you can get correct, then you can get top 3. Next session, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'll get all wrong. Only PC. Maybe if you follow, then after that, maybe you can get a few correct if you understand what the teacher is going through, right? Because she's going through, then you can maybe grasp the concepts. But okay lah, don't confuse yourself. Okay, you just focus on your P5 math. Probably. Mm, I see. This is P5, yeah. You can see it on the heading. So next time if you join, if you're new to us, right, and you join our lives, you can actually see on the red banner there, it says P5 English revision. And for the other subjects also, they will indicate which level it is and which subject it is. You know what you're doing and what you're learning. One more minute and I'm going through, okay? 11 learn yet. Please later when I resume. Okay, it's 5:34. Is everybody back? Okay, let's go through. So can you guys answer this one? Leo is Max's best friend. So this is SNT, okay, and you know how it works, okay? You're supposed to combine the sentences. What is the answer? Can you guys type in the answer? Leo is Max's best friend. Oliver is also Max's best friend. So you're close, Starburst. Look out for your subject verb agreement. Yes, one of your answers is correct. So whose is it? Whose answer is correct? Is it B? Is it Eden? Is it Secret Life or Kiki? Whose answer is correct? Me, Eden says. Very confident, Eden? Jeevan says R. But what's the full sentence? You know, you have to change several things. All? No, you guys are giving me different answers. Okay, so both Leo, okay, Leo and Max. This one is what? This one is plural, right? So is or are? I think it's Eden. Is or are plural. Leo and Oliver, I mean. Leo and Oliver, right? Is or are? Okay, plural. Are. Okay, then I put there Max's best friend or best friends? Best friend or best friends? Yes, a lot of you just miss out the S at the back. Important, okay? Okay, so make sure you check. Very important for you to check here and here. Okay, write down the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, this one, you have to keep your sentence concise. Okay, so some of your answers I cannot accept. There should be no repetition. Remember synthesis and transformation? There should be no repetition. Apart from what? Anybody wants to answer? Waiting for your answers. The rest of you? I see one correct answer so far. Okay, I said no repetition. Okay, gotta keep your answer short and concise. So we don't want to repeat owning, okay, guys? We don't want to repeat owning because it repeats 2 times here. Own here and then own again here. Okay, so don't repeat. So it will be what? Apart from a bicycle, I also own a scooter. Okay, don't repeat own 2 times. Okay, there is no need to repeat. Okay, apart from a bicycle, comma, I also own a scooter. Hi, Capybara. Okay, no need to repeat owning. Okay, no need to repeat owning. The life ends at 6. No, 5:55. 5:55, yeah. Then after that, set 1 math will be at 6. Then followed by set 2 math. 5:55. Yeah, it's an odd time. Around there. Okay. Next, Sarah is traveling to France tomorrow. Her parents are traveling to France tomorrow too. The Kahoot is in during the next session. Michael. Okay, so what's the answer for this? Who as well as who, then what? Okay, this one. We test you on this also in grammar MCQ. So always remember that, grammar MCQ and SNT, they are related. Okay, all this grammar. Okay, so remember what you've learned in grammar MCQ, apply it to SNT as well. Sarah is traveling to France tomorrow as well as her parents. No. Sarah is traveling to France as well as her parents tomorrow. Let me see. Did it appear just now? No, we don't have a similar question here. But it always appears, and you should know that in between 2 commas, how are you supposed to structure your sentence? Let's see if anyone can get it correct. I would also like to travel to France. Me too. TikTok on the clock. Sarah, as well as her parents, are traveling to France tomorrow. You think so? Sarah is traveling to France as well as her parents, tomorrow. Okay. One person got it right. So far, one person got it right. But you're missing the commas though. So I'm guessing that if you get this wrong, right, means in grammar MCQ also you would have gotten it wrong, right? So this one you need to start the question. Important, okay? Can? Okay, so this one appears in grammar MCQ. Okay? So you write the person's name, this person here, this person here. Okay, the person who got it right was very close. I mean, you missed the commas. It's Sam. If you get the question wrong, you cannot go to France. Okay, so Sarah as well as her parents. Yes, so Sarah, comma, as well as her parents, comma, is or are. Is or are. You need to check your answer back. So now I'm asking you all, is or are? Now you can answer me. Is, not are, right? So Sarah is singular. Okay, this one as well as her parents, just additional information in between 2 commas. Can? So it'll be is. Circle this one big big. Okay, is traveling to France tomorrow. Traveling to France tomorrow. Okay, Anna. All right. Actually, no, Sam. Yeah, I think it's acceptable. Yeah, as long as both commas are not there. You don't put 1 comma. Okay. Next question, 19. Okay. 19. Kevin would rather play basketball than go jogging. So would rather than is followed by base. Of the word, of the verbs. And now you have prefers. What is prefers paired with? So start this question as well. I'm sure some of you guys have difficulty with this question. Firstly, I'm going to ask you the question, what is prefers pet with? Prefers is pet with two. Okay. And Sam, you missed a word. Okay, I need to go a bit faster now. Okay. I'm a bit slow, so I need to go a bit faster now. Okay, we still have one more component. You're missing a word, Sam. Maybe you might want to correct yourself. Kevin prefers playing basketball too. A lot of you miss that word. Don't miss out. So these things are the ones that make you lose your marks. Go. So after prefers will be ing. Okay, ing. So don't miss out on all the ings. Okay, so you have to change to playing and also going, jogging. Okay. So Kevin, okay, prefers playing basketball to going, jogging. Okay, so please highlight these two ings. Important, huh? No, it's not prefers over, it's prefers to. So therefore wrong B. Okay, can ah? Can ah? Okay, move on. Last question for SNT. We need to move on. Both Mia and Sophie dislike eating spicy food. So neither of them this. So neither of them what? Okay, you have your neither nor, which means proximity again to determine your verb. Correct? TikTok on the clock. Subject verb agreement, do check. Pavlov, correct. So neither Mia nor Sophie, proximity, therefore this one will be singular, likes. None of them like, okay, eating spicy food. Can? Singular, therefore, likes. Okay? Sounds like they like eating black food. Okay. Okay, can? Two people don't need Superman. Yes, that's what I always tell them. Two people don't need Superman. Only one person needs Superman, right? Can ah? Finish? Okay, let's move on to compre close. Okay, we have 10 more minutes. Okay, understand or not? Okay? Anyone does not understand and need me to explain again? What do you mean by Superman? This one. Okay, Superman is S. That's what your teachers always teach you back. Like when I was in primary school, that's how my teacher taught me, but I don't think that they still do it this way now. One person needs Superman, a few people don't need Superman. Okay? That's what they mean. User 74. Now I remember, yes. Okay, come, last one. Your weakness is pre-close, is it, Eden boy? Okay, on a sunny day, 58 years ago, 5 Navy planes took off from their base in Florida on a routine training mission known as Flight 19. Blank the planes, nor the crew were ever seen again. Wow, everybody got correct, huh? Just because you just went through this question, right? So it is paired with the nor here, so therefore your answer is neither. Good job. Neither the planes nor the crew are open-ended. Understand? Okay, just ensure that you understand the passage, then you try to underline your keywords and all that. Okay, the crew were ever seen again. Thus was a legend. What? This is like a phrase that people always say. A legend was created or born. Okay, not formed, Eden. The phrase is legend was born or created. Good job, TikTok on the clock. I like this. Okay. Okay, so what is the meaning of that phrase? Someone or something happened. Okay, something extraordinary or memorable happened. Okay, that they became famous. okay, and remembered for a long time. So they are saying that this is kind of like remembered, right? Okay, the Bermuda Triangle is an area roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. No one keeps statistics, but in the last century, numerous ships and planes have simply vanished without a sound. The phrase is without a trace. Have you heard of it before? Without a trace. Okay, without a trace means disappear completely, leaving no signs or clues behind. Okay, it's a phrase, so therefore I cannot accept any other answer like signs or whatever. Okay, trace within the imaginary triangle. Okay, it's an imaginary triangle, like the section. Okay, that's the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, many exotic theories have been propounded to blank what happened. You what theories? What is the verb for it? What do you say about theories? Huh, huh. How does it look like? It's an imaginary triangle. So you just have to Google it and see. It's over a certain area where people vanish. Hypothesize? No. It's simply explain. Okay, good job to those who got it right. Okay, there is rounded to explain. Simply explain. Explain whatever that has happened. So hypothesize is a little bit too much. Okay. So happened to the missing travelers, enormous sea monsters, giant squid, alien abductions, and existence of a mysterious third dimension created by unknown beings have all been suggested as. So these are saying that these are what? These things are what people to vanish. I can't say the word because the word is the answer. Okay? Loves, you got to remember that this is a P5 English paper. Okay? Students probably won't be able to answer as hypothesize. All right? So theories, not theories, but culprits or causes. Okay? Culprits or causes. Okay? These are the causes. And okay. The reality, say many, is far more mundane. They argue that a sometimes treacherous, okay, Mother Nature, treacherous is dangerous or risky. All right, Mother Nature, human error, shoddy craftsmanship. Shoddy means poorly made. Okay, or design and just plain bad luck can explain the many what. So what's happening to 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 people? They simply this one. So what's the word that I want to use? Explain the many disappearances. Yes, you're right. Okay, missing. So disappearances. Okay. Okay, specific answers. Okay, guys. The region is highly traveled and has been a what crossroad since the early days. Highly traveled means very, very what? Highly traveled means very, very the rest of you? Busy, right? Very, very busy. Okay, since the early days of European exploration, said John Riley, a historian with the US Naval Historical Foundation. To say quite a few ships and airplanes have gone down there is like saying there are an awful lot of car what on the New Jersey highways. Surprise, surprise. So they're comparing it, right? Saying it to be somewhat similar. Yes. So it will be to say that okay, all the vanished, right? Okay, it's like saying that there are awful lot of car what on highways, very busy, right? So car accidents. Okay, similar ideas. Okay, similar ideas. P5 notification. Okay, furthermore, the Bermuda Triangle region is what to some of the deepest underwater trenches in the world. Wreckage could settle in a watery grave miles below the what of the ocean. So is home to, yes, paired with the word to, collocation, you will say home to. Okay, good. Most of you got it right. Okay, so where they are found. Okay, this is where they are found, therefore home to. Okay, settle in a watery grave miles below the what of the ocean, below the surface of the ocean. So underwater, right? So yes, it will be surface. Okay, and most of the seafloor in the Bermuda Triangle is about 5,791 meters below sea level, right? So the Gulf Stream travels blank the western edge. So the edge, okay, what would you say? It's following the same direction. So what is the word you would use? Cannot be across, right? Yeah. So the answer is along. Along. Same direction. So along. Very good, guys. What's the answer for question 6? Disappearances. Okay. Percentage of the triangle and could be a factor. Along this river that circulates in the ocean, the warm water and strong currents can create unexpectedly high waves. If wave heights are 8 feet wide of the Gulf Stream, they could be two or even three times wide within it. Scroll up. Don't worry, I'll show you later, okay? Outside of the Gulf Stream. So we are talking about opposites. This is within, and this is the opposite, outside. Okay? So 2 or 3 times higher within it. Okay, you're talking about heights. Okay, you're talking about heights. Okay? All right. Okay. Still given a what between the horrifying idea of a giant squid's blank, wrestling, and innocent sheep. So we start with this part here. Still given a, you want to give a choice. Okay, given a choice between choosing this one and this one. Okay? Choice. Okay, options of what to believe, which is this part here, giant squids. Okay, and also this one, they're giving you choice. So given a choice. Okay, giant squids what? Wrestling an innocent sheep. What is it? The squids what? The squids what are wrestling. So this one is like you got to think for yourself. The squids what? Yes. So the squids, wrong spelling though, capybara. Tentacles. Okay, tentacles. Okay, wrestling an innocent ship to the seafloor, or an alien abduction versus human error, shoddy engineering, and a temperamental mother nature. Who could resist the legend of the Bermuda Triangle? Not many. Okay, so someone needed the previous page, right? Okay, so up next will be Sec 1 Math, okay? Thank you for joining me. See you guys uh, in a few weeks' time. Okay? There won't be any live in 2 weeks because I think that's a PH, okay, public holiday. So I'll see you guys in a few weeks' time. Okay, who needs this page? I'm gonna flash this for about 30 seconds. Okay, and then I'm gonna go. Teacher Minghui will resume with Sec 1 Math. All right. Can. Thank you.
From 7 to 8 will be Sec 2 math. You guys have the worksheet. Can y'all hear me? So I okay. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Also here, you can get the worksheets from the link in the bio. Hold on, let me do some adjustment. Okay. Yeah, you can see the first question, right? Go try the first question. Question 1a, solve the following equations. So I think part A is simple, quite easy. Those who are done with 1a can send in your answers. Hello. So same thing for equations. Both sides has to be equal. So whatever operations you did to the left hand side, make sure you do it to the right hand side. Okay? Find question 1a. So are done with 1a can send in your answers. And well done. Sing Long, you got the correct answer. Good job. And you're still trying question 1a. So for part A, we have 5x minus 8 equals to 3x plus 4. We'll try to keep the unknown to one side, which is the left-hand side, and the rest on the right-hand side. It's an integer for part A and B and D and E. For part C, it's a fraction. Okay. In order for me to remove the 3x on my right-hand side, I minus 3x on both sides. I'll get 5x minus 3x, I have 2x minus 8 equals to 4. And then I do not want my negative 8 on my left-hand side. So I have to plus 8 on both sides of the equation so that I only left with unknown on my left-hand side. So negative 8 plus 8 is equals to 0. So I'm left with 2x equals to 4 plus 8, I get 12. I want to find the unknown, which is x, so I have to divide by 2 on both sides. 12 divided by 2, I get 6. So you can see that I always do the same operation on both sides of the equation here. Okay. B is quite similar. Can y'all try working out on question 1b? try question 1B already. 15 is not correct. Do try again. Yep, passing long, well done. You got it right. It should be 1. Okay. Take note here, in order to remove the negative 3x on your right hand side, you have to plus 3x. So we have 2x minus 10 equals to negative 3x minus 5. So we plus 3x on both sides. So that we can remove this negative 3x here. Because negative 3x plus 3x equals to 0. So 2x plus 3x, I have 5x minus 10 equals to negative 5. Then I want to remove my negative 10 here. So to remove negative 10, I have to add 10 to my left hand side. So I have to plus 10 on both sides. Okay, so I will be left with 5x on my left hand side of the equation, and on my right hand side, take note here, negative 5 plus 10 is 10 minus 5, which will give you 5. Okay, a very common mistake made here is negative 5 plus 10. Some students tend to write negative 15. Okay, so for us to find x, we have to divide by 5 on both sides. So x equals to 1. Okay. For part C, remember to expand first before you can solve the equation. Okay, when you expand means you multiply in the multiplier. So there's this 3 here and there's this 4 here. You make sure you multiply into all the terms inside the, okay? You have to expand first before you can solve the equation. Anyone trying question C, part C? What time for part C? How do you expand? You multiply 3 to all the terms inside the bracket. So 3 times 2x, we have 6x here. Then 3 times 3, we have 9. Same thing, we have to expand for our left hand side first. So 4 times 3x, we have 12x. Then 4 times negative 1, we have negative 4. Okay. So same thing, we want to leave unknown on one side and the rest on the other side. Okay. So what we can do is we minus 12x on both sides. So that I'll remove my 12x from my right hand side. 6x minus 12x is negative 6x. My right hand side is left with negative 4. And then I do not want my 9 here. So to remove my positive 9 on my left hand side, I minus 9 on both sides of the equation. I left with negative 6x equals to negative 4 minus 9. Negative 4 minus 9, we have negative 13. So to find x, we have to divide by the coefficient, which is negative 6. So we divide by negative 6 on both sides. So negative 13 divided by negative 6. Negative divided by negative is positive. So our x is equivalent to 13 over 6. Or if you want to leave it in mixed numbers, it will be 2 whole 1 over 6. Thought it's positive, negative 4, and negative 9. Yeah, the negative sign itself is negative, right? Even if you name it as positive, negative 4. So positive times negative is negative. So it's a negative 4. So negative 4 minus 9. Or you can also say it as negative 4 plus negative 9. Then you also get negative 13. Hmm? Part D. Part D. We have 3x plus 6 equals to 4x minus 4. So we want to remove the 4x on our right hand side. So minus 4x minus 4x. So 3x minus 4x is negative x. So negative x plus 6 equals to negative 4. Then we want to remove the positive 6 here. So we minus 6 on both sides. So negative x equals to negative 4 minus 6. We have negative 10. So to find x, we have to divide by negative 1. Also means my x equals to 10. Now I'm done with part E. Give part E a try. When you see there's fraction, always try to remove the fraction or remove the denominator. Okay, so it's a one-liner equation, then you can solve easier. With part E, we have 3x minus 7 over 5. Yes, you can, because it's technically also single fraction on each side of the equation. The 4 whole, it can be deemed as 4 out of 1. You can either name this method as cross multiply. You can also name it as multiplying by the common denominator, which is 5. Another way, you just multiply 5 throughout on both sides of the equation. It works the same way as cross multiplication here. 5 times 5, my denominator will be gone. Okay, so my left hand side, I'm left with 3x minus 7. Then my right hand side, 4 times 5, 20. Okay, then I do not want my negative 7 on my left hand side, so I plus 7. on both sides of the equation. So 3x equals to 20 plus 7, so it's 27. Then x equals to find x, I divide by 3. So 27 divided by 3 gives us 9. Those who are done can move on to question 2. Question 2 is also solving the equations, but it involves fractions. Anyone still need question 1? There's Kahoot today. Kahoot will be after the Set 1 math worksheet. Question 2. Question 2, the difference between question 2a and question 1e is that the denominator now has unknown instead of just a constant. Okay, but the method is still the same, so you don't have to be afraid of seeing this kind of question. So you have 2 over x plus 3 equals to 10, which also means 10 out of 1. So technically you can cross multiply here, or you can multiply by the lowest common multiple of the denominator. So if you were to view as cross multiplication, my numerator on the left hand side will be 2 times 1 equals to my right hand side 10 times x plus 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 10 times x will be 10x. And then 10 times 3 will be 30. So plus 30. Now my unknown is on my right hand side. It's okay. Then I don't want this 30 on my right hand side then. So to remove the 30, I have to minus 30 on both sides. So 20 minus 30, negative 28 equals to 10x. I can flip it. Okay, so I have 10x equals to negative 28, and then with this, I can find my x. I divide by 10. So negative 2.8 divided by 10, I have negative 28 over 10, which is equals to negative 14 over 5 in the simplest form. Or you can also leave in mixed number, negative 2 whole, 4 over 5. Okay? Part B, 5 over 2x minus 7 equals to 3 over 4. Okay, so single fraction on each side of the equation, I cross multiply. 5 times 4 equals to 3 times 2x minus 7. Then I expand. 5 times 4 is 20. And then I multiply in my 3 to the terms inside the bracket. So 3 times 2x, I have 6x. Then 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. So to remove my negative 21, I plus 21 to both sides of the equation. I have 41 equals to 6x. I flipped it so that my unknown is on my left hand side. Then to find x, I need to divide by 6. which means I have 41 over 6. Okay? See, the question is 6 over x plus 2 equals to 3 over 2x. Okay, so we cross multiply here. X times 2x equals to 3 times x plus 2. So we have 12x equals to 3x plus 6. Then we minus 3x on both sides so that my left-hand side of the equation don't have any x. So 9x equals to 6. Then to find x, I divide by 9. Okay, so 6 divided by 9. 6 over 9, simplest form, 2 over 3. Okay, part D. The question is 3 over 2x plus 1 equals to 5 over x minus 2. Same thing, we cross multiply here. After this lesson, you should be very familiar with your cross multiplication. We have 3 times x minus 2 equals to 5 times 2x plus 1. After which we expand 3 times x, 3x, 3 times negative 2 equals negative 6. 5 times 2x we have 10x, and then 5 times 1 we have positive 5. Okay, we remove the unknown on our left hand side, so we minus 10x minus 10x. So 3x minus 10x, we have negative 7x. And then we do not want the negative 6 on our left hand side, so we plus 6 on both sides. Negative 7x equals to 5 plus 6 is 11. So to find x, we have to divide by negative 7. 11 divided by negative 7 is negative 11 over 7. This is Sec 1 math. Okay. How to complicate the question here? You can see that there is only a denominator of 2, right? So we can just multiply by 2 throughout. So times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so 5x times 2, 10x. 3 times 2, 6. 3 over 2 times 2, you can cancel off, you're left with 3. Okay, we do not want the 6 here, so we minus 6 on both sides of the equation. 10x equals to 3 minus 6 will be negative 3. Then we can find x by dividing by 10. So x equals to negative 3 over 10. B. So one important thing here, there is no single, this question is not a single fraction on each side. Okay, your left hand side is a fraction with a whole number, so you cannot apply cross multiplication here. Okay, important thing, yeah. Then we have to multiply with the lowest common multiple of the denominator. And you can see that our denominators are 2, 1, and 2. So the lowest common multiple of the denominator is 2. So we multiply by 2 throughout. So times 2, times 2, times 2. So the first fraction we can remove the denominator. It becomes 2x plus 3. Then plus 1 times 2 is 2 equals to same thing. Cancel the denominator. Okay. So we have 4x plus, sorry, 4 plus x here. Then we simplify this equation. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. We want the unknown on our left-hand side, so we minus x on both sides of the equation. So 2x minus x, we have x. 5x plus 5 equals to 4. Then to remove this positive 5 here, we minus 5 on both sides of the equation. With that, we left with the unknown x on the left-hand side. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Then that's the answer. Answer should be negative 1. So we are done, can move on to question 4. Try to solve question 4 on your own first. Since I've gone through so many questions on the equations. Question 4. And apply cross multiplication because there's only single fraction on each side of the equation. So we have 5 times 4 minus x equals to negative 2 times 3x plus 5. So 5 times 4, we have 20. 5 times negative x, so negative 5x. Negative 2 times 3x, negative 6x. Negative 2 times 5, negative 10. Okay. So to remove this negative 6x here, we plus 6x on both sides of the equation. 20 minus 5x plus 6x, we have 20 minus plus x, sorry, because negative 5x plus 6x, we have a positive x here. Okay, then we left with negative 10 on the right hand side. And then we want to remove this 20, so we have to minus 20 on both sides of the equation. Then x equals to Negative 10 minus 20, we have negative 30. Yeah, technically that's what we are doing. So you move the 6x over and then you change the sign. In mathematical term, you are moving over because by adding 6x on both sides of the equation. Okay. This is to remind you that an equation must hold, whereby you must apply the same operations to both sides of the equation. It must be balanced. Okay. Let's move on to part B. For part B here, we cannot just work on cross multiplication here, because you can see that on our left hand side there is more than a single fraction. There's two fractions there. So what we can do is we multiply with the lowest common multiple of the denominator. So we look at the denominator, we have 2, 7, and 1. So the lowest common multiple of 2, 7, and 1 is 14. Okay, so we have to multiply by 14 throughout. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So for the first term, it's multiplied by 7, minus second term, divide by 7, divide by 7. So it's multiplied with 2. Make sure you remember your bracket. And then on my right hand side, 1 times 14 is 14. Okay, then now we expand. So 7 times x, 7x. 7 times negative 6, so minus 42. Then negative 2, take note of the negative sign in front. So negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4. Okay, then I simplify my left-hand side first. So 7x minus 2x, we have 5x. Negative 42 minus 4, so negative 46 equals to 14. Then I want to remove my negative 46 here. So I plus 46 on both sides of the equation. So 5x equals to 14 plus 46, we have 60. Then to find x, we divide by 5 on both sides. So 60 divided by 5 is 12. For part C. Part C, you also realize that there is more than one fraction on left-hand side. So we cannot use cross multiplication here. Instead, we have to multiply with the lowest common multiple of the denominator. So the denominators are 2, 3, and 1. So LCM of 2, 3, and 1 is 6. Therefore, we multiply by 6 throughout. Okay, so for the first fraction, divide by 2, divide by 2, the numerator is multiplied with 3. Don't forget your bracket. Then for second fraction, divide by 3, divide by 3. So the numerator is multiplied with 2. Then negative 5 times 6, we get negative 30. Yeah, that works also. So if you want to use cross multiplication, you have to work something with the two fractions first. Make sure that you have a single fraction on each side, then you can use cross multiplication. Okay? So you can either use your method or you can also just multiply throughout with your LCM, the denominator. Before you work on cross multiplication, you have to make the expression into a single fraction first. Okay? Now we continue by expanding. So 3 times 3x, we have 9x. Then 3 times negative 4, we have negative 12. Negative 2 times 2x, negative 4x. No, part C, the answer is not 5 over 2. You can try again. And then negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14. Take note that this negative sign goes with the negative 2. Okay, then we simplify our left-hand side. So 9x minus 4x, we have 5x. Then negative 12 plus 14, you can rearrange it as 14 minus 12, then gives you positive 2 equals to negative 30. Then we do not want this positive 2 here. So to remove this positive 2, I minus 2 on both sides of the equation. So 5x equals to negative 30 minus 2, so negative 32. Therefore, I can find my x by dividing by 5. So negative 32 over 5. If you live in mixed number also can. It'll be negative 6 whole 2 out of 5. Okay, then for part D, there is single fraction on each side of the equation, so you can use cross multiplication. And for part D, we have negative 2 over 3x plus 7 equals to 3 over 1 minus 2x. You can cross multiply here. Okay, you can expand first. If you want, you can still use a calculator. You can actually check your work by using the calculator. The unknown, after you find the value of the unknown x, right, you substitute the value of x into the original equation that's given on left hand side and then on right hand side, make sure that they are equal. So if it's not equal, means your answer is wrong. Okay, so negative 2 times 1, we have negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2x, so negative times negative is positive, so it's positive 4x. Then 3 times 3x, positive 9x. 3 times 7, 21. Okay, then I want to remove my 9x on the on the right hand side, so I minus 9x minus 9x negative 2 minus, so 4x minus 9x, I have negative 5x. And then I want to remove my negative 2, so I plus 2 on both sides. So negative 5x equals to 23. So to find x, I divide by negative 5. I have negative 23 over 5. Able to see the question? The solution? Let's move on to question 5. Cycles from his house to the library at a usual speed of 20 km per hour. If he increases his speed by 10 km per hour, he will reach the library 15 minutes earlier. If he increases, he will take lesser time because he reached earlier. Then they ask you to find the distance. Part A, find the distance between his house and the library. So part A, they give you the speed and, sorry, they give you the usual speed and they tell you if you increase the speed by 10 km per hour, this will be the new speed. This will be the difference in the duration. Okay, so what you can do for part A is you can form an equation on your own. You let the distance from his house to the library be X kilometer. Hello. By don't we have to put a bracket if we want to put a negative beside a plus, minus, multiply, divide? Yes, it is. But before we can do that, we have to let, because we don't really have a direct, or rather we only have one speed here, and we do not have time taken. We don't have the distance as well. Okay, so we have to use form an equation to solve for the distance. I speed times times. Yes, that's right. Okay. Oh, for the time taken, when he is traveling at his usual speed, for this part here, you let the distance be x already, so this is your d, and then his usual speed is 20 kilometer per hour. So to find time taken, you take distance divide by speed. So distance is x over the speed is 20 kilometer per hour. So this time taken is in terms of hour, okay, because the speed is in terms of hour, and the distance and speed has the same unit of kilometer. Next, we find the expression for the time taken at a faster speed. So there's no changes to the distance. The distance between the house and the library is still the same, so it's x over, it is 10 kilometer per hour faster, so we take 20 plus 10. Yep, over 30, correct. Okay, so this is equals to x over 30 hour. Okay, and they tell you the difference between these two is 15 minutes. So take note here, this is in terms of minutes. We have to change them to become the same unit first. So the difference between the two time taken is 15 minutes. So 15 out of 60, we convert it to hour. In the simplest form is 1 over 4. That we don't have to change here. Okay. And with that, we form the equation. So the longer time taken will be when he's using usual speed. So x over 20 minus x over 30. They have the same numerator. So the smaller the denominator, the greater is the fraction. Yeah, that is equals to 15 over 60. Yeah, you can equate it to 1 over 4 as well, up to you. In this case, I didn't because I want to make everything to be out of 60 later on. Okay. Or rather, for me to solve the equation, I can just multiply by 60 throughout. Okay. So this I will be multiplying with 3. This I will be multiplying with 2. And the last one is just multiplying with 1. Okay, so I have 3x minus 2x equals to 15. This means my x equals to 15. Okay, x is my distance, so The distance will be 15 kilometers. Okay. B, time taken for the journey if he cycle at the faster speed. So it will just be x over 30. So your x is 15, replace it with 15. 15 over 30 hour is equals to half hour. Or you can also write it in terms of 30 minutes. Subtract in x into the time taken for the faster speed. We move on to question 6. Length and width of a rectangular carpet in a room is 6.4 meter by 5.4 meter respectively when corrected to two significant figures. Is it possible that the area of rectangular carpet is 37 square meter? Explain your answer. So we have to find what is the smallest possible area and the largest possible area. Since area is just length times breadth, so to find the smallest possible area, we want to find the smallest possible length times the smallest possible breadth. That gives us the smallest possible area. So this is already rounded off to two significant figures. So before rounding off, if I want it to be smaller, means it's rounded up to 6.7. So before rounded off, the smallest possible is 6.65 meter. And for this 5.4, before rounded up to 5.4, it has to be 5.35 meter. Then I multiply them together, I get 35.5775 meter square. Okay. Then I find the largest possible area. It's correct to two significant figures. I can just come up with a few figures more than just two or three significant figures. Yes, I want to find the largest possible area here. So it has to be rounded down to 6.7. So the largest possible length is around 6.7. It has to be 4 so that it's rounded down. So this must be 4 and the subsequent digits will be 9. You can have many 9s, up to you. The more 9 to write, the less significant the values of 9 holes. Okay. And for this 5.4, it's rounded down to 5.4. So the largest possible number is 5.4499, and you can have the same number of nines as you want for the first number. Just multiply them together. You have 36.78628 square meters. So you can see that even for the largest possible area, it doesn't hit 37 square meters. So therefore, it's not within the range of the smallest and largest possible area. It is not possible for this area of rectangular carpet to be 37 square meters. Okay. Sorry, there's no question 7. Okay, so this is the last question. Those who are ready can get ready your devices. For the Kahoot. So if you're on the podium, first 3, then you get the prize. So the giveaway rules will be you have to join the Kahoot with your name, and if you're the top 3 winner, please screenshot your result. Okay, then you DM us the screenshot on TikTok, or you can also send it to this number to claim your gift. Join Kahoot. Join. Okay. Yeah, we start the Kahoot now. Sorry. Three decimal places, so you must make sure that you have 3 decimal places here. When you simplify the following expression, your 3y minus y, you get 2y. Negative 2x plus 11x is actually 11x minus 2x. That gives you a positive 9x. Okay. This equation, you subtract x on both sides so that you have 2x equals 2. Then this negative 12, you subtract 8 on both sides. Okay. So negative 4 minus 8, you get negative 12. Then you divide by 2 on both sides. Then you get x equals to negative 6. This one you have to type your answer. Done. Last question. Same thing, type in your answer. Please remember to screenshot to claim your gift. One more. So we are done with Sec 1 math. We'll be moving on to Sec 2 math. More game? Don't have already. Get ready the Sec 2 worksheet. Sec 2 worksheet can try the questions. Question 1 is on making the subject. Part A, they want you to make Z the subject. The square root, right? You have to square on both sides so that you can remove the square root. They want you to make Z the subject, means they want Z equals to something, and inside here there shouldn't be any Z. No Z. Okay? There shouldn't be any terms there's Z inside. Meaning to say you have to shift all the terms with Z to the left hand side first. Then those without Z to the right hand side, wherever possible. So when I square on both sides of the equation, I will have x squared equals to 2y plus z over y minus 3z. Then next, usually you don't want, same thing, you don't want function, so you can cross multiply here or you multiply both sides with the denominator. Okay? Different way of saying it, but ultimately you're still doing the same thing. So what you're doing is you take x squared times y minus 3z equals to 2y plus z. And you expand, you have x squared y minus x squared times 3z, you have 3x squared z equals to 2y plus z. Now we rearrange the terms here in a way whereby we have only the terms with z on the left hand side. So we want this term and this term to be on the left hand side, the rest to be on the right hand side. So we will have z minus 3x squared z equals to 2y minus x squared y. Or this should be negative z. So you have negative z minus 3x squared z equals to 2y minus x squared y. Okay, then you can factorize out the z. Rather, you can also factorize out negative z. You will have 1 plus 3x squared. Then you divide by negative 1 plus x squared on both sides. So when you divide by negative, what you can do is you just multiply this with negative, meaning to say I'm changing the sign of 2y minus x squared y. It will become x squared y minus 2y because I multiply with negative 1. Okay? B equals to b over 5 minus square root a. So we can see from here that this square root is inside the denominator. So therefore we have to remove the denominator first before we can remove the square root. Okay, so to remove the denominator, we multiply throughout with this denominator, which is also the lowest common multiple of the denominator here. So technically, it's also cross multiplying here. So I can just write 5 minus square root a equals to b. Okay, then I leave my square root a on one side. So square root a equals to 5 minus b so that I can square on both sides. Okay, if my a is not on one side, I can't square on both sides. That's firstly. And secondly, the question is asking you to make a the subject. Okay, so I have to isolate a. So I square on both sides, I will have a equals to 5 minus b, the whole thing squared. Okay, you can leave it in this manner or you're going to expand it also fine. They are the same answer. This is for part C. Part C, they want you to make y the subject. So same thing, because the square root is in the denominator, we have to remove the denominator first. X times square root of 5y minus 2z equals to 3. Then I square everything. I will have x squared times 5y minus 2z equals to 3 squared is 9. Then I expand here because what I want is in terms of, I want to make y the subject. Okay. So 5x squared y minus 2x squared z equals to 9. Since I only want y to be the subject, I only need to leave this term on my left-hand side. So 5x squared y equals to 9 plus 2x squared z. Then I only want y, so I divide by 5x squared throughout. Then please move on to question 2. It's 7a over 4b squared divided by 49a squared over 8b cubed c squared. You have to change the divide to times first. So use your KCF here. Keep the first fraction, change the sign, and flip the second fraction. So you have 7a over 4b squared times 8b cubed c squared over 49a squared. So whatever that you can, numerator and denominator. So divide by 7, divide by 7, divide by A, divide by A, divide by B square, divide by B square, I left with a B, divide by 4, divide by 4. So I'm left with 2bc square over 7a. Okay, it can be quite complicated or confusing here. Try not to miss out any figures. For this question, you can factorize both your numerator and denominator first so that you can identify if there is any common factor for you to cancel off. Okay. And draw two brackets. or use your multiplication frame to help you to factorize both the numerator and the denominator, because there's only 3 terms here. So you can only factorize in this manner. 3x squared must definitely comes from 3x times x. And we look at what combinations of the pair of factors of 14 that can give us 13x in the middle. It has to be 2 and 7. So 2 times 3 is 6x. 6x plus 7x give us 13x. Okay, because all the signs are plus, so it has to be plus plus. Then for the denominator, x squared comes from x times x. And then in order for us to have 6, it has to be what something times something that give us 6 here. All are plus, so it has to be plus sign. What plus what that give us 5x in the middle, and these two number multiplied together give us 6. So it has to be 2 times 3 equals 6, and then 2 plus 3 equals 5. Okay, then with this, we see if there's any common factor between the numerator and the denominator that we can cancel. Okay, so they both have the factor of x plus 2. So you can cancel them. Then you're left with 3x plus 7 in the numerator and x plus 3 in the denominator. Part C, 2a squared minus 2 over 2a squared plus 5a minus 7. Then factorize whatever you can. Always factorize fully so that you can spot for common factors between the numerator and the denominator. For the numerator wise, you can see that both of them are even numbers. So I can factorize out to 5a squared minus 1. For the denominator wise, there's 3 terms, so I can factorize by drawing the 2 brackets. So 2a squared has to be 2a times a. Then how do I split this? 7. So 7 can only be 1 times 7. So it has to be 7a and then minus 2a. So 1 times 2a. Because it's a positive 5. So bigger number plus, smaller number minus. Okay, then take note here. A square is a square number. 1 is also a square number. So I can factorize using my difference of two squares, the special algebraic identities. So a squared minus 1 is a minus 1, a plus 1. So they have the common factor of a minus 1, so I can cancel. Then I write down the rest. Those who are done, move on to question 3. Question 3 is on solving equations. can see that they are not single fractions on each side of the equation. This 3 is out of 1. What you can do is you can multiply throughout by the lowest common multiple of the denominator. So we have 2, 5, and 1. The LCM of the denominator is 10. Yes, correct. So we multiply by 10 throughout. Okay, so divide by 2, divide by 2. So the first fraction will be multiplied by 5. So 5 times p minus 2. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So it's multiplied by 2. Don't forget your bracket. 3 times 10, 30. And we expand and simplify from here. We have 5p minus 10 plus 4p plus 2 equals to 30. So 5p plus 4p, we have 9p, minus 10 plus 2, so 2 minus 10, we have negative 8. So we want to remove this negative 8 so that we only left with unknown on our left-hand side. Then we have to plus 8 on both sides of the equation. So 9p equals to 38. Therefore, p is 38 over 9. You can also leave in mixed numbers. Those who are done can try part B. Over 3r minus 2 equals to 5 over 6r. So we can multiply throughout by the lowest common multiple of the denominator. LCM of 3r, 1 and 6r is 6r. So I multiply by 6r throughout. Divide by 3r, divide by 3r. Divide by 6r, divide by 6r. So the first fraction, 8 times 2, 16. Minus 2 times 6r. We have 12r equals to 5. So negative 12r equals to, we do not want this 16 here, so we minus 16, minus 16. So 5 minus 16, negative 11. Then to find r, we divide by negative 12 on both sides. We have negative 11 divided by negative 12, so it's 11 of 12. So I done try part C. I write down the question for part C for you. question? You can actually make this single fraction on each side of the equation by shifting this over. So you will have x minus 2 over 2 equals to 4 over x plus 5. Then you can cross multiply. You have x minus 2 times x plus 5 equals to 4 times 2. You can expand here. X squared plus 5x minus 2x minus 10 equals to 8. 5x minus 2x, we have 3x, and minus 10 equals to 8. Bring this over, x squared plus 3x minus 10 minus 8, so it's minus 18 here, so equals to 0. Then with this, we can factorize. Okay, so x squared comes from x times x. Then negative 18 will be, how to split this negative 18 such that we will get a positive 3. So the difference of 6 and 3, we want positive 3x, so the bigger number is positive, smaller number is negative. Okay, so x minus 3 equals to 0, or x plus 6 equals to 0. X equals to 3 or x equals to negative 6. We will take about 5 minutes break before we continue with the next question. Hello. Hello. Anyone done with question 4? The variable in the brackets, the subject of the formula for each of the Hello? Okay. Sorry, just now there was no battery already. Thank you for letting me know. And here now, right? So let's continue. We square on both sides such so that we get 9f squared equals to 2 over p plus 2q. Then now our right hand side is a fraction. So in order for us to remove the denominator, we have to multiply by the denominator. Okay? And the subject that we want to make is this p. Oops, sorry. So we do not need this 9f squared here. So we can divide by 9f squared on both sides. So p plus 2q equals to 2 over 9f squared. Okay, then we want to make p the subject, so we leave p alone. So we have 2 over 9f squared minus 2q. Okay, so we need to remove this, so we minus 2q. Those who are done can look at question 5. Question 5. Question 5, this kind of question, you have to understand the question first before you can form the equation. Okay, part A and B, you have to find out what is the expression in terms of M. A factory packages thumb drives into paper boxes or plastic boxes. It takes n minutes to pack a thumb drive into a paper box. Write down in terms of M an expression for the number of thumb drives that can be packed into the paper box in an hour. So in an hour means 60 minutes because they say M is in terms of minutes. Okay, so for part A, in an hour is 60 minutes. Each package of a thumb drive is m minutes, so I divide by m. Okay, so this would be the number of paper boxes that can be packed. The process will take 1 minute longer if the thumb drive is packaged into plastic box. So write down the expression in terms of m, the number of thumb drives that can be packaged into plastic box in an hour. So if it's plastic boxes, it will take 1 minute longer per box. So we have 60 divided by, because per box now becomes m plus 1 minute. Okay, so you have to understand here, per box, the duration to pack one box is m plus 1 minutes. For part C, thumb drives are packaged into paper and plastic boxes at the same time, so both operates concurrently. There's a total of 50 thumb drives that can be packaged in an hour. Form an equation in terms of m and show that it reduces to 5m squared minus 7m minus 6 equals to 0. Okay? So same thing, because they are all in an hour. So in an hour, the total number of package that can be packed will be these two add up together. And they tell you that there is a total of 50 boxes that can be packed. So when you add these two up, part C will be, you add these two fractions up, will be the total number of boxes. So it must be equals to 50. So then I simplify this equation and I make sure that I manage to get this equation that they want. Okay, what I can do here is I multiply by the lowest common multiple of the denominator. So I times m and m plus 1 times m and m plus 1 times m and m plus 1. So for the first fraction, cancel the m. I have 60 times m plus 1. Second fraction, I have 60 times m equals to 50 times m plus 1. Okay, then I expand and simplify. 50 times m plus 60, so multiply in when I expand, plus 60m equals to 50m times m is 50m squared, plus 50m times 1, so 50m. Okay, so you can see here that your m squared is positive. So I leave this alone. I simplify first. I have 120m plus 60 equals to 50m squared plus 50m. Then I want everything to be 0 on one side. So I minus away 120m and minus away 60. Therefore, I have 0 here. Then 50m squared plus 50m minus 120m minus 60. So it has to be balanced. Therefore, I must have the same operation on both sides of the equation. Then I simplify. I can flip and simplify. So I have 50m squared 50m minus 120m, negative 70m minus 60 equals to 0. So they want in the simplest form. So you can see I need to divide by 10 throughout. When I divide by 10 throughout, I have 5m squared minus 7m minus 6 equals to 0. So now I have what the question wants. So I've shown already. Okay. Part D, solve the equation to find the value of m. They want you to find this value of unknown m. So you can factorize. So 5m squared definitely has to come from 5m times m. Okay, then how do you split this negative 6? What are the pairs of factors of negative 6? That can give you negative 7m in the middle. Don't forget that one of it is multiplied by 5m. Okay, so we can have 2 times 5 is 10. Then 10 minus 3, we have 7. Okay, but it's negative 7, so 2 times 5 must be a negative 1 because we want negative 10 plus 3 to give us negative 7. Okay, so this is how we factorize. So we have 5m plus 3 equals to 0, or m minus 2 equals to 0. So m equals to negative 3 over 5, or m equals to 2. So now what we understand from the question, m is in terms of minutes. So duration cannot be negative here. Therefore, we have to reject m equals to negative 3 over 5. duration cannot be negative. So therefore my m equals to 2. For the last part, hence find the number of thumb drives that can be packed into plastic boxes in an hour. So plastic boxes, make sure you use the correct expression when m equals to 2, because we already found m equals to 2, substitute inside 60 over m plus 1. So it will be 60 over m replaced with 2 plus 1. So 60 divided by 3 means there's 20. Okay, so 20 thumb drives. That's all for today's live. So we'll see you next live on next Wednesday. 5 to 6 p.m. will be P5 Science, 6 to 7 is P6 Creative Writing, and then 7 to 8 is P6 English. Okay, bye-bye.